Skies are finally clearing up after a light rainfall most of the afternoon. The weather's approaching 49 degrees, so we've got a brisk West Virginia evening ahead of us. Wrap up tight and settle in. This is 104.3 WVCK, the Basswood Sound. I'm your host, Carrie Hammond. Coming up after a short break, mental health expert Dr. Wick will discuss the recent opioid epidemic that's been affecting.
So you missed the newspaper headline. It said a journalist was found dead.
Oh. I think the beginning of this is very similar to Twin Peaks and Deadly Premonition, and I feel like they've always just wanted to make
Twin Peaks the game?
Yeah, Twin Peaks the game, like always. This game is crisp looking.
Take my clothes and walk.
Stacy is the resident Twin Peaks expert because she was forced to watch the entire show. Hey, you're gonna be at the wake, right? Says his phone.
And fuck it.
From Bug at 6:03. One cool thing I noticed is that his pupils dilate depending on where he's looking. Look. I wonder if they animated themselves or they have some custom coding. But I think that's a really cool detail.
Mm-hmm. I never would have noticed. Unless it was like a close-up of the eyes.
The only reason I noticed is because I watched that scene like 8 times trying to like fix the settings to be optimal for streaming. So by the 7th time I was like, wow, his eyes are dilating with the light. That's beautiful.
Oh. Oof.
Look at this.
This looks so pretty.
Thank you for the bits.
Time to kill before the funeral. Might as well spend it here.
Howdy peeps, how's everyone doing? And for some reason that got held for review because you said peeps.
Yeah. Peeps.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe. Oh, you see, okay. You know...
Funeral isn't for a while, and I'm not gonna walk into town.
Not like I'm saying Life is Strange 1 looks bad, but the improvements that they have made are really just beautiful.
I really liked Life is Strange's art direction because, in my opinion, I think they took references from Monet paintings by that weird, like, texture, and they had little dashes of blue everywhere, which is, like, a reference to how Monet used to paint, where he just put random dots of blue, and, like, that also integrated the themes of the game. So I know that, like, graphically it wasn't great, but its art direction was really good, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think just even keeping aside art direction, like, they have consistently made improvements through all of their games in, like, facial expressions, too.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, lip syncing. It just... And, like, again, I'm definitely not
This
saying...
place was always one for decisions. Somewhere for things to fall apart.
Go ahead.
I'm definitely not saying that Life is Strange 1 was, like, you know, like, any, like, negative things about it.
Yeah.
It's just really cool to see, like, them grow as a studio.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You can tell they have the same influences on the setting, but it's just, like, up-resed.
Oh, here, look at the sign so that they can see it.
This one, oh, good point.
Welcome back to Basswood, Sam.
Basswood State Forest. Registration made possible thanks to the generous donations of the New Virginia Coal and Company. Oh, okay.
I believe it's Basswood. The company made sure we knew how generous they were.
Yep. The coal company was like, here's a park that we're going to devastate in 20 years.
I came up here every chance I could. One of the all-time great views. Really makes a small town look big.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna look at the thing, but I want to look at the
Closed.
town for a second.
Ruined. Sucks. I love it.
Typical Dontnod. We're gonna do storytelling through graffiti.
I love it though.
I'm not sure Nick would even want me at his funeral, given how I left things.
So again, I am playing on PC on ultra settings, but I like using a controller because it gives smoother camera movements so
Yeah.
people don't get sick.
We're really sorry, but you're not going to be able to see it in 4K, so, you know, I realize this is a big disappointment. It's going to look incredibly subpar, but the best we could do was ultra settings, so.
I remember spending entire summers on the banks fishing with Nick.
Okay, you don't understand. This computer can play it in 4K very well. It's OBS that was messing up. And you didn't get to see this in 4K, so you don't know what you're missing. But my eyes have already been
Your
sullied.
computer said, well, now I am not doing it.
Yeah, the gameplay was completely smooth. The recording is what was messing up.
My hometown. It felt more imposing in my nightmares.
How's the game sound, everybody, in terms of volume?
Can you hear all the ambiance and forest sounds?
Strange to think of Basswood without its mine.
Dude, it is beautiful here.
I like how they have it, like, all foggy. That
Yeah.
looks really neat.
My parents have a house in the mountains of Arizona, and it looks kind of like this, but it's too dry to have fog. But it's a relaxing place to be, minus my parents. Just kidding, Mom and Dad. Wow, this looks really, really good. I know a lot of games have similar like atmospheres, but I think a lot of games also forget that lighting is so important to setting, like making things look good.
Mood.
I used to love looking at Basswood from up here. Helped give me perspective.
Thank
Until
you.
that day.
Until what day, dude? Thank you for subscribing, Weird Vectors, a heart for 30 months. Thank you so much.
They said that we seem a little bit quiet compared to the game.
Okay. Dude, you ever just go to the alternate dimension?
Why can't the real world be as clear and peaceful as my own mind?
Wow, instantly unrelatable. Sorry, buddy.
Even if it does mean nothing stays hidden in here. Not even me.
So there was a train crash, and maybe that's what he was thinking about when he said, like,
I'm gonna go to my mind palace.
yeah, I'm going to my mind palace. But Basswood rail accident, damaged track led to derailing. So maybe that's what he was referring to when he was like, until
That day.
That day.
Yeah, and he also mentioned that, like, his brother might not want him at the funeral based on, like, quote-unquote, how he left things. So I'm sure we'll learn more about that, too.
Alright, let me, let's see if that helps. Remember. Oh, you know, this kind of looks like, this particular place. Thank you for subscribing, 93 Stardust for 9 months. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
It looks a little bit like the jaggediness of the memories in Remember Me, which was also a Dontnod game about, like, editing people's memories.
Yeah, which if you haven't checked that out, we do have a Let's Play on it, and that was pretty cool, and I feel like it's a underrated game.
I put a lot of effort into editing that because I found their ARG that was deleted from the internet, and so I had to use a Wayback Machine to play it. But it was really cool. I put it at the end of each of the episodes.
I've been meaning to ask you something. Don't freak out. Would you be my little girl's godfather? I wouldn't trust anyone else with this.
Uh-oh, you killed the little girl, didn't you?
Oh, no.
And yet I stopped taking his calls. He even called once the day before he died. I'll never know what he wanted to talk to me about.
Probably your goddaughter that you took responsibility for?
This is Anna. She works freelance. Does a lot of the human interest pieces.
What can I say? I'm interested in humans and their pieces. What do you like to write?
I gotta run to a review with Walt. You two feel free to chit-chat. And Sam, be nice.
She was
I had never met someone so interested in others. Even in me.
She moved like a default BioWare character. She did.
You just need her to dance a little bit.
Yeah, you know when they kind of like shake their head a little, and they're like, ugh, like nobody moves like that.
The story is important. You know I think that. It's just... people around here have short tempers and long memories. Be careful. Sam, are you even listening to me?
I heard you, Anna. But no, I wasn't listening.
Thank you for the cheers, Uvo Wuvo. Who's the killer? A dog. Oh, by the way, please no spoilers in the chat. So if it's actually a dog, you know, don't tell us.
Come on, Anna. Look at this.
What is it? Someone skinny dipping?
Anna, you really need to see this.
Aww.
I can't even see. Something's blocking it.
So stupid. She's about to say no.
What are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's gonna say no.
I'm trying to be romantic.
Oh,
I feel like what are you doing is...
What? Wait. Please don't tell me you're proposing.
Oh no. Whoa.
I'm down on one knee, a ring. What else would I be doing? You look like I just ran over your grandma. Okay, the silence is really starting to scare me now. Anna, please say something.
Sam, put that away. Come on. I don't want a ring. I don't need a ring. You should know that. We've discussed it before.
Oh. This is...
why did he describe his mind palace as peaceful? That was the most unpeaceful.
Yeah, I wish everything was as peaceful as, you know...
We weren't happy. She was the one brave enough to face that.
Ouch.
Dude.
Lost in my head again. How much time did I miss?
So I also have hyperphantasia, or as some people call it, maladaptive daydreaming. So yeah, sometimes I can just be like sit and I'm like, oh shit, an hour just went by and I was imagining slaying dragons or some shit.
Oh fuck, we have a journal entry.
Oh fuck.
Oh fuck.
Oh, we gotta read it. Okay, where? Oh, it's just saying like. I don't think
does it say anything? What is the people things? I didn't see that one.
Oh, show? I left Vassar 2 years ago to run away from a job at a small-time newspaper. A town full of angry people and failed relationship. Okay, you're gonna have to read because I don't know.
And a
how to read.
failed relationship, no worries. I didn't glance back. Now I'm going home to attend my it's not his brother, it's his best friend's funeral. What could be more fun than facing all your past mistakes at your friend's graveside, right?
Why isn't the world as peaceful as my nightmare head?
Anna, the one that got away. Would my whole life be different had she said yes? Seeing her again, that's going to be hard. Yet part of me is looking forward to it. The rest of me wants to turn around and leave now. Ooh, mementos. Nicholas Nick Waldron. Nick's been my friend since we were kids. My only friend. I ghosted him 2 years ago when I left Basswood, and now he's ghosting me by being dead! Wow. Can you please, like, if I die at some point, can you please say that I ghosted you?
I can't believe she's ghosting me right now. She's
I missed
dead.
the funeral.
He.
Maybe it's for the best. On the bright side, Nick's not alive for me to let him down again.
I was referring to you when you said
Oh,
you
oh,
died,
oh.
and you want me to refer to you as ghosting me. What happened to Stacy? She's ghosting me.
Yeah.
What?
She ghosted me by being dead.
Are you still coming? Says
Sorry,
Walter.
Walter, but I don't think I'll stick around.
Dude, he just
Giving
went
up already? Just a quick, depressing jaunt down memory lane, and then you're gone?
What?
Oh, neat.
I know you think that the only thing waiting for you down there is hurt. Lots of hurt. And you might be right. But it's been 2 years. It's time to face the world.
What?
Time to adult. The good news, though, at least you don't have to do it alone.
Okay, so I played Deadly Premonition, and Stacy watched Twin Peaks, and I think that's like a little thing to Deadly Premonition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be referencing Deadly Premonition this whole time, so if you don't want spoilers to Deadly Premonition, whatever. But there's like a person in the main character's head who like talks to him all the time, and he talks to the person in his head the whole game. And so this guy has a person in his head. Are you still coming? I really hope you can make the wake. It'll be at the Haven. I'm almost there.
Mm-hmm. Got stuck in traffic, almost there.
Okay.
Lost the signal. Some things never change.
I like it when they do these text conversations, like, over the scene, you know? Because, like, I also don't think it's realistic for, like, games and movies and stuff to just be like, people just never text this mysterious alternate timeline where no one has a cell phone because they just don't want to, like, deal with it.
For a while, television was having a hard time translating that by showing, like, weird apps on people's phones until they were just like, you know, just show, like, an overlay.
Yeah. Miners Haven parking lot.
Typing with one hand, I could never. Same.
Yeah, I can't.
Wow.
Looks very atmospheric.
Okay, that's disturbing.
That's Bug.
Oh, that's our goddaughter. Nick's daughter. Can't imagine what she's going through.
Oh, her name is Bug.
Oh, she's gonna die.
Muley, you actually came.
It's been a while. You've gotten taller.
Can we talk?
We're talking right now.
It's cold.
She's got a lot going on with her character design.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like how she's in the driver's seat.
She has like a Mexican-inspired death moth. I can't remember what it's called.
Joan, that's not fair.
You left.
Yeah.
Like Silence of the Lambs moth.
Yeah.
I should have said
It
sorry.
was more
Oops.
complicated than just me and you.
It's always more important than me.
Joan, listen. After Anna and I broke up, I couldn't keep living with her. I didn't have anywhere else to stay. So I moved back in with my mom, who's over in Connecticut these days.
You didn't call, text, or anything. You were just gone.
I don't know what to say to that. You're right. I wasn't in a state where I could reach out to anyone. I'm still not. If Nick hadn't died, I never would have come back.
Thanks for being honest. You're always at least honest.
Is she his bio daughter?
What?
They look really similar.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about what happened to Dad. It doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have just crashed. He drove like a grandma, you know that. It's wrong. I don't buy it.
I'm just in town for the funeral, Joan. I'm not a PI or a cop.
You're the closest thing I can talk to. Will you just look into it, Muley? Please?
She wants her father's death to mean something. But where does that lead?
His brain
What if
person's
it
hot.
leads to the truth? That could change everything.
An hour ago, you wanted to run away. Now you want to start another investigation?
A few questions won't hurt anyone. Just tonight. To reassure her. And myself.
Dude, she's just
This
sitting there.
is a wake.
I think that this is a
If you
mind
poke
conversation.
around,
Yeah.
people may end up poking back. Okay, whatever you do, at least leave the kid out of it. It would be cruel to lead her on,
Friends don't lie to each other.
even if it means disappointing her again. It's your call.
Dude, this is just an HD remaster of Deadly Premonition.
So I think it's possible. Just to remind everybody of the timeline, I would wonder what happened 2 years ago if like his friend found out or something, because
yeah, because
obviously she was born way before that, and
Yeah.
he didn't leave then.
Mhm.
If that was the case.
Well,
so.
he's saying that he left because
2 years ago.
2 years ago because his ex broke up with him, and he was like, "I know where to stay," and I was like, "You could literally." I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have a job.
He also mentioned something else about a town full of angry people, so I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, because it's like he suddenly stops talking to his best friend, and then he said, "My friend wouldn't care if I didn't show up to his funeral." And I look at her and I'm like, is she his daughter? Because, like, there's something weird going on. And just looking at her and her eyes and the way her face is shaped and her hair color, I'm like, is that why? Is that the real reason? Thank you for subscribing, Cheese Royd. It's just like one of those things where you look and you're like,
It's so for people asking, she is definitely not his little sister because she is his dead friend's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so his best friend made him her godfather, and it does have to be something more than just like my ex broke up with me, so I left everything behind, including this little girl that I care about.
Oh, wait, hold on. What? So she's like 15, right?
Yeah.
I wonder what the age difference between them is then, because he looks like he's like in his 30s. So he would have been a teen dad?
Maybe. We'll see. He does look like he's in his 30s. Or if she looks like 12 to me, but I have a hard time.
Or was she like she's 11?
She's
Okay.
11. Still though. But I just want to do a quick thing. I know that we take forever because we like to dissect everything.
Yeah.
A quick thing. The back of her shirt has a moth that's usually
Death's head hawk moth.
Yeah, that's usually associated with death. And then she also had a little drawing on her jean jacket of this little person tied up and their mouth crossed out. So that might be a representation of how she's feeling right now. Because with Dontnod, they usually like put literally what the person's all about on their clothes.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, the kid with a bunch of patches from Hot Topic all over their messenger bag. The pins tell you everything you need to know about the person.
Yeah, so she has a bound up creature with its mouth crossed out and it's tied up on the front. So maybe that's how she feels. And then she has a death moth on her back that has some sort of Spanish or Mexican influences on it. So I just like want to put that out there. If she dies, I'm gonna cry. All right, let's promise to look into it. What do you think?
Do they call it a sugar skull? Is that what?
Oh, sugar skulls are a candy.
Well, yeah, I guess I was trying to find the word for like the sugar skull. Oh,
the
calavera.
Ah.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, I was just looking at the skull design.
I'm gonna say we'll look into it because I want to be there for her.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if it comes to light that we're her father.
Okay. I'll see what I can see and all that. Gumshoe it up.
You will?
You make some good points. It doesn't fit. I hate when things don't fit.
Yeah, me too. I might just be, I don't know, crazy or something, but
You want to know for sure. I get it.
thanks, Muley. I should go in before my mom misses me. You better get in there too. Can't hide in your car all night.
Who says I'm hiding out here?
I do.
Well,
See you inside.
if she turns out to be his daughter, we should watch the interaction between him and her mom.
Oh, yeah!
Because I feel like that would tell us whether that theory has legs.
Because she looks a lot more like him than she did of her dad.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also possible to resemble just one parent
Yeah.
more than the other.
That's true. We'll see how that... Yeah, like, look. Alright, we gotta figure out what that pill is. Because it said at the beginning, but I missed it. Thank you for subscribing, Adamant. Love y'all. We love you too.
Well, thank you for the bits, Royal Haven. I'm super excited for this game and the commentary and the theories. Can't wait to see it. Also, if that's Ethan's voice from Heavy Rain, I don't know.
Wow. I love the aesthetic of this game. It's really pretty. Hold on,
Might as
I'm
well
just
talk to Walter. I'll
I'm
have
gonna-
to sooner or later.
I like that.
So remember, you can press the RT to walk faster, which I guarantee we will forget and end up trundling through the game at half speed.
That's the real gamer experience.
Yeah. Why can't I run? Why can't I walk faster? Oh, you have to press the run button.
I'm just wondering, is he
Oh.
actually, like, unable to afford his own living space, or was that an excuse? And I'm trying to, like, look at his clothes like, okay, are these dingy clothes? Like...
Whoever said you can judge someone by their car never met Tara.
Oh, do we want to see if there's any license plates?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Let's see. 19113. Very boring. Stupid. Blank. Illegal. Wait, I don't know where they are. Oh, Kathy's car.
Seems Kathy's been keeping this running 100,000 miles past its prime. I hope she's not running short on money.
Okay, mister, I live with my mom, which is nothing bad right now in 2020, but don't judge other people. Look, we have that.
What?
Oh, our special newspaper. In case you guys didn't see it, Dontnod sent us like
Yeah.
65Q851, so nothing special. This creepy van, 611500. Alright, this is...
I was
This is
expecting a
disturb-
bunch of Twin Peaks references.
Yeah, come on, dude. Alright, who's
Maybe-
hotter? This guy or the guy in his head? I'm
Maybe-
gonna say guy in his head.
Maybe they were like, we can't put all the messages on the license plates because then everybody will never play the game.
Yeah, they'll be like... Because the first game literally gave the whole ending away through the license plates.
It also just like, I feel like people spent so long like dissecting at least maybe that's just us though. I don't know.
No, because I remember that Mr. Jefferson's... Okay, I'm just going to do Life is Strange spoilers. Mr. Jefferson's license plate spelled up top of the lake, and I had already watched that show, and I was like, oh, he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Some of the police force stopped by, which means most of the police force stopped by.
I mean, that's what you get when you have a bumper sticker on the back of your car that says, I'm the killer.
Yeah, it's me, I did it.
Yeah, Dontnod's really subtle that way.
Yes, the cat food is under the sink. Yes, yes it is, Mother. Trust me. Oh, Samuel is here. I'll call you back. Samuel Higgs, as I live and breathe. Has it really been over 2 years? Regardless, I'm so glad you finally made it. It's good to see you. What kept you?
A trip down memory lane. I missed the funeral, but I made it to Nick's wake.
You have to bring it in for a hug.
Give him a
That's
hug.
what back in town requirement. So good to see you. Even if I wish the circumstances were different. In times like these, we need the comforting touch of others. At least I do.
Alright, now you're getting too into it, and I kind of don't want to.
Also, have you spoken to Anna lately?
No, why?
No reason. If you get the chance, we should catch up. We should really catch up. I'll see you inside.
I feel like that's... Has so-and-so talked to you yet? Oh, you should really talk to them. About what?
I haven't read an issue of this paper since I left.
I haven't
I wonder
seen
how
one of
they've been
those
doing
in
without me.
years.
Yeah. Hold on.
Local legend honored today. Earlier this week, our dear colleague Nick Waldron passed away in a tragic car accident. He will be set to rest tomorrow at Heaven's Gate Cemetery before his family, friends, and co-workers share a drink at the Coal Miners' Haven to honor the memory of a dearly departed friend. Longtime readers will no doubt recognize his name, as there have been days when it was byline of over half the articles littering this plucky paper. Nick was loved by his family and colleagues. He is survived by his daughter Joan and his ex-wife Kathy. So we have to remember Kathy. But Dontnod sent us a very special copy of this newspaper.
Well, it's not the same thing, but...
Okay, just I'm pretending it's real.
Similar, yes. Very similar. It has the same front page, I think.
Yeah.
Just
And
not
so
the back page.
we can do a little character reading for the characters, for the ones we've met.
Sam Higgs. You embody Sam, 33, a former investigative journalist who has an unusually analytical mind. Its unique abilities take the form of a multifaceted mind palace. It's this unique mind that can lead him to dissociate
Must have been
from
a hard issue to write.
the social
I'm just gonna walk around while you read
from the
it.
social arena, where his logical, analytical personality sometimes hurts those around him. Ooh, do you want me to read about the double?
Yeah.
However, Sam can count on the help of the double, a more empathetic, empathic, and sociable version of himself that only he can see. This ally is there to guide him and help him blend into a society that sometimes rejects the unorthodox. Through these human qualities, the double is able to offer Sam an alternative when he needs to make important decisions.
I have a... Oh, coming through the back will get me looks.
Bug is 13.
So she's 13, so he was 20 when she was born.
Yeah.
But you know what was kind of interesting? Every time you said the double, it sounded like you were saying the devil, and I was wondering, like, if he listens to the more perfect version of himself, will it fuck over his life? Where he's like, oh, the idealized version of me.
I don't think it's the idealized version. It's the more empathic and sociable, so like more in touch with other people's emotions. That's why the controllers say emotion and like truth.
Ah.
I think because it's like the analytical versus like thinking, like feelings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I noticed that we have a choice. We could go through the front door, or what I think less players are going to do, they'll go in through the back door, because I saw that from like looking around. So I think, do you want to go through like the normal human way, or do you want to be weird?
See if can you open the door?
That smile she had when I gave it to her. She could barely get on it back then.
So it does show that he was close with her.
I want to read some of these other things. So Anna Miller, Anna 31, is a freelance journalist at Basswood Jungle, the local newspaper. She's an independent woman with a strong moral compass. Also from Basswood, she cares about people and is an activist for causes that matter to her. She once had a love affair with Sam, but left him several years ago. Like Sam, she'll do anything to solve the mystery around the death of Nick, with whom she had recently been in a relationship.
Okay, so I'm going to read this, and then let's go in, and then we'll read the rest later, because I don't want to make people feel like we're taking too long, which we already are.
One of Nick's favorite matchups. Might be the first game he'll miss.
All right, we're going to be weirdos and go in through the back.
Ethan keeps a spare key around, but I should use the front.
No. We're going to be extra fucking weird.
The old bar sign reminds me of when Nick and I were still kids.
Let's see if we can find the key, because I do want to see us being a complete weirdo.
I don't think any of that was spoilers.
It wasn't. That was preamble.
That was literally all just the preamble that we've seen in the game so far.
Yeah, and also that was the thing that Dontnod sent us before we played the game.
Yeah.
That was like literally just, here's pretext to the game.
Yeah, it's just like, here's who the characters are. We already know that Nick is dead. That's the
Some
whole
of the
premise.
police force stopped by, which means most of the police force stopped by.
So... Says he keeps a spare key somewhere.
Nick is dead. Spoiler? JK.
I do appreciate the concern. I understand not wanting to have spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm not criticizing anyone for bringing that up. I just,
Oh yeah, we just wanted to let you know that that's all already established.
Same old town, same old bar. The more things change.
Where do you think they would hide a key? I don't want to spend too much time on it, so let's just go into the front. I am curious of what it looks like to go in through the back, though.
Ugh, I'm not ready for this.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
His normie Sona. I like that.
If you play Deadly Premonition, that is very similar to the premise of the main character who also has something in his mind, like a person.
Mr. Samuel Higgs, big shot investigative reporter.
We don't take kindly to your kind.
I'd gladly slash your tires.
Oh no!
That mean you couldn't leave town.
I think
and you are leaving town right after this, right?
What do you want to say?
As if you aren't.
Just really embracing those Hicks stereotypes, huh, Joel?
Got him.
Gentlemen. We'll get you good old boys another round.
Mighty kind of you, Declan.
So...
You're not worth it, Higgs. Making friends already, I see.
Declan, been a while.
Hey, careful. I'd rather not be working tonight. And you always seem to angry up everyone's blood.
I'm only here to pay my respects to Nick. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. Shame that. You watch yourself.
Everybody's skin in this game is perfect.
No. He had a mole underneath his eye. I thought that was really cool.
I meant in terms of, like, no blemishes.
I think it's time I go put up a photo at the memorial board. That's what people do, right?
The speck on his eye made me think about it.
Oh.
Where I was like, oh, he has, like, a cool, like, thing on his eye.
Yeah.
But nobody has any pimples.
I didn't mean to say that, like, I have
didn't know you read Dickens, Ethan.
tons of moles and freckles, so I'm not judging that in any way. I'm more just, like, it always makes me really excited when I see it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's one of those extra little touches that, you know, people don't always add to a face.
You should read Great
Walter can be
Expectations.
overwhelming at times.
It's a masterpiece.
But he
plain
means well.
and simple.
So, I had to throw them all out on their ear, and only then did I realize.
Ah, Samuel, my favorite ex-muckracker. Join us. Join us.
How was the funeral?
Wasn't there. Setting up for this.
Everyone came, most of the town, it felt like. A sea of sad, wet eyes. I gave the eulogy. Felt hollow. So hollow. He worked for me for years. For years. My best reporter. What do you even say about it?
Remember that article? Something about stoplights? No one cared, but he did. Months of effort.
Yield signs. He approached each story with his pen like a knight wielding a sword.
It's the small things. Like he always kept his window down. Said cars made him claustrophobic. That's how he stays with us. The little details.
I remember the bar bets about that safe spot at Pac-Man. He got me one night.
Yeah, got me once too. Can't believe it's real.
Enough about Nicholas, enough. Tell me, how have you been, Sam? How have you really been?
Guys with facial hair like the bartender eat pussy. Hardcore. I'm not wrong. or whatever genitals they're into, they do that. Mm-hmm. Hardcore. They have like a little strip or a goatee.
Well, it's to catch the juices.
Yeah, it is.
To save
I'm
it
not
for later.
joking.
That's why they call it a
It's
flavor.
true.
That's why they call it a flavor saver.
Someone said it was a bad sign that he did that. No, that is the sign of a pussy eater. Okay, he will devour you.
Flavor saver.
Mari, please. Be
Everyone's
honest.
like, oh no.
I spend all day doing nothing. I don't even count days. They just blur together.
2020
Nick's
vibes.
death barely hit me. It was like a pinprick compared to just everything.
Time heals most wounds. Some it just makes worse. Sounds like you need something to pull you out of your rut.
Well, I think I've taken enough of your gents' time.
Go, mingle, circulate, but you must join us for an actual round later. You must.
Oh, Walter, can I ask you something?
Questions are the fountainhead of knowledge.
Nick's crash. Was there anything suspicious about it?
I asked myself the same thing. The very same thing. It did seem odd. Young Nicholas, a careful man in all things, including driving. I looked into it myself. You know what I found?
What?
Nothing.
A tragic accident with nothing amiss. I am both relieved and saddened to say.
Ah.
Life is rarely like a crime thriller, and while I don't mind you asking, some might find it a distasteful conversation at a man's memorial.
He's evil.
Especially from you.
That guy's
I'll,
evil, right?
Keep that in mind.
See that you do, my boy. See that you do.
He's the bad guy.
So we did something that made the whole town angry. It's a coal mining town. Do you think the mine is still open?
Which one is Stacy's most attracted to? Because we all know that one will turn out to be the villain.
Oh my god. And there's a water angel like, Stacy, what are your instincts? Oh my god. They're all like,
Alright, I know that he's not your type, but do you have a spark of something for this man?
no!
I feel like he's the evil guy. But, oh yeah, that's a really good point, Stacey, that you bring up about that. Maybe he did a journalism piece on the coal mine that got it, like...
Yeah, because I couldn't remember whether they had already said, like, is the mine, like, if the mine is still a thing, or, like, I don't know,
Maybe like, the mines didn't want to, like, the mining company didn't want to work with the town after, like, an expose piece.
Or, like, they put, like, restrictions on, like, how much they could do or something, and so a bunch of people lost their jobs. I feel like that would make a whole town angry at you. Mm-hmm. What makes people angry when they lose
He's
their
owned this
jobs?
bar for almost a decade and still can't afford another employee.
Alright, can you stop judging everyone? I understand that, like,
This is the point of the entire game.
Yeah, but, like, he's being a butthead. Backdoor. No one allowed there but Ethan.
It's supposedly the spirit of coal. Doesn't really belong here anymore.
Aha! Oh, context clues. Hey, everybody. Hi, Declan.
Oh, we should also not
always
forget
did
to
know
check
how
the
to
journal
start a ruckus.
occasionally.
Can't say I missed that.
I want to save it up so we do it all at once.
Mhm.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like putting it out there so that we both remember.
Do you trust my instincts for answering questions and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, what does W mean?
If I ever have like
That's where Nick and I sat every time he dragged me out for drinks after work.
Okay.
If I ever have like super strong feelings about something, I will say.
Sammy.
I love her.
It's been ages.
Tara?
Oh, me? I've had this stomach thing lately, always churning. And this thing with Nick, his car went up like a Sunday ham.
Who is she?
Burned alive, you know. Have you met Hugh?
She's
We
the
took over
coolest
old
person I've
pharmacy
ever
just after you
seen.
She
left.
literally just told him his friend
no.
burned alive.
The infamous Sam.
That's
I've
horrible.
read that article you wrote on the mine.
I just love
you
her.
Must have
I
put
don't know
in
what to
a
say.
lot of legwork on that.
I just love that woman. As soon as I saw her, I was like, I'm in love. I want to run away with you.
Oh my god.
She had 2 dinosaur pins.
No.
That is the sign of someone who's
I'm
cool.
sorry. If I showed up to my friend's funeral and someone told me that they burned alive,
I want to hang out with her. She's just in another dimension, and I want to go to that dimension. She's wearing 2 dinosaur pins in leopard print.
Chat says she has chaotic Karen vibes.
Yeah, she is. I definitely don't want her as my enemy. What do you think of it?
Oh, you read it. What do you think?
Of the writing? Fine. Fine. Of the reporting? Something that needed to be done. Many medicines are a bitter brew, but you still need to take them.
That's nice of you to say.
Now, don't hesitate to drop by the pharmacy sometime.
Oh, and Sam, you...
But for now, I have a feeling you're not here for us.
Oh, right. Don't be a stranger, Sam.
Well, a normal person and a crazy person always make the best couples.
We just need to know how many cats she has.
I think those two are married, maybe.
It seemed like they were. I mean, he put his hand on her to like move her.
I thought it was
Yeah.
4,000.
I would hope that somebody wouldn't do unless you were kind of. Oh, Mind Palace.
Mind Palace. Let me go to my Mind Palace.
I fucking love it.
Can't believe this whole thing's still working.
Sherlock Holmes, baby. Hey, I know that everyone is like mad at her for saying, hey, your friend died horribly. I think she might be one of those people who just doesn't like get that. You know what I mean? Like she might not be like
cognizant of the fact that you shouldn't mention how someone died gruesomely.
Well, a lot of people don't have like the cognitive abilities to understand that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think that makes it better.
I'm just accepting her as she is.
The kids and I've been busy, and we got a little something for you that's gonna make you smile all day. Daddy, 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 daddy. But when the lights are out, it's time for me to show you my love. And I've got a feeling you've been pleased. So,
Dude, you can't even like dance right in your imagination.
sit yourself down.
When you're a klutz even in your own head.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Or I'm like, no, fantasize about being good.
Yeah, I need to be cool.
Like, even in your own head, you're like, no, I'd probably do this. I'm like, no, I'm in my imagination. I'm allowed to be cool in my own imagination.
And your brain's like, no, I'm sorry, you're gonna dream about being a fucking loser again.
Even in my own, like, fantasies where I'm daydreaming, I'm like, no, I'd probably fall down. I'm like, no, you don't have to do that. Nobody's observing you in your imagination. Go fly.
Nick and I spent so much money on this machine.
Used by garage bands, Ethan tries to support the local scene. Aw, that's nice. Oh, is Kathy his ex? Or, wait,
No.
hold on. I want to make sure
It's Anna.
Okay, we're going to read all these later.
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce.
What were you going to say?
But anyone can see she's taking his death hard.
Sorry, were you saying she's our ex or Nick's? That's Nick's ex?
Yeah, is that Nick's ex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Kathy,
Sam, you actually came.
Okay, so the daughter looks like her. So that theory's out the window.
I know you two haven't been together for a long time, but I'm still sorry.
We hadn't been close in years, but he was my daughter's father. I'll miss him. Joan was really hurt when you left town. Nick and I were never close after the breakup, and Joan's never had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe don't break her heart this time when you leave town. All right?
Your daughter thinks Nick's crash doesn't make sense.
She's a little girl who lost her father. She's confused right now. Don't you go encouraging her, or worse, putting those thoughts in her head.
I'm gonna.
I frankly thought you knew better.
Do you think she has a point?
I think you should stay away from her.
I like her small town individualistic style. she had that little strawberry connected to her cross, which was sideways. Are there any Christians who know if that's like a thing?
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, okay.
The sideways cross is simply a modern take on the traditional symbol. Some believe that it represents Christ carrying the cross and laying it down after he had risen. So it's just kind of like, check out my sideways cross.
I think it's supposed to show that she's kind of like has an individualistic way, because she has the strawberry hanging on it, and her nails were like a bright purple, which is what a small town high fashion person would do, where they're like kind of doing their own fashion.
You're a lot like Pac-Man, Sam.
I consume everything in my path.
You find every last bite. The mine closing wasn't your fault. Your investigation just hurried things up.
Oh.
You'll probably save some lives, you know.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Muley.
You piece of...
Language.
Is that a wedding ring?
I didn't know you were thinking about marriage.
Oh, it's just... It feels like the right thing to do.
Dad, what's the point of getting married?
Well, it's just one of those things people do, Bug.
That's a big
Here,
question.
you can play.
Someone has to show you grown-ups. Video games are the realm of the young.
Have you talked to Anna about this?
That's kind of the point. I'll talk to her about it when I show her the ring.
If you say so. Hey, just remember I'm here, right? If you need anything. Anything but my arcade secrets. Those I'll take to the grave.
Chad says, are these men hot or do they just have beards? Oh.
I understand.
Sorry we lost touch. Sorry I lost touch.
Y'all are so funny
Rest
sometimes.
up, big guy.
I recognize that these people are attractive people. They're not igniting anything in me.
I think it's, you know what? I feel like it's okay to recognize like that's an attractive person while being like they're not my type. I think where I get annoyed with people is where they're like, "Oh, this like super hot person is ugly," and I'm like, you know, they're not ugly, okay? You're just not attracted to them.
That's why I always try to preface like, "Hey, I recognize that this is an attractive person. They're just not. I don't feel it."
Mm-hmm.
You know. I think if like I knew them as a person, I'd be attracted to them.
Yeah.
This photo always looked weird. Nick could never keep a straight face. Happier times. I wonder who took that picture.
What is a jungle team?
Oh, that's the paper.
Oh.
We drove straight to the sea after work on a Friday. Hell of a weekend.
The paper is called the Basswood Jungle.
Bug was so small back then.
See?
Oh.
On our special paper that Dontnod sent us, because we are special people.
I like that all the female characters look their age. Because sometimes in video games, they'll be like, yeah, she's 35, and she looks 21. And I'm like, well.
Those two were a great team.
Samuel, guess I lost the bet.
Bet?
Yeah, that bet you'd never come back to Basswood? Not after you went careening out of town like a bat out of hell the instant that article broke bad.
Okay, I'll bite. Tell me, Dennis, who did you have a standing bet with?
Myself. So I guess I also won.
What are you even doing here, Dennis? You and Nick become friends or something?
Nope. He thought I was a drunk, which I am. And I thought he was a hack, which he was.
This coming from the IT guy. Didn't know resetting passwords could give you a journalism degree.
It can. But it does give me less patience for people who sling mud my way.
What? Okay.
Relax. I'm just playing. At least tell me how you've been.
The chat's saying that they just lost their...
Twitch glitched out, I think.
Okay, I hope that, like, suddenly we didn't, like, lose something or was banned or some weird thing happened. That's the last thing I need.
If you must know, I still haven't bounced back from when Anna and I broke up.
I think you mentioned she broke up with you. Yeah, but I hear you. Yeah, that's how I ended up in this shit town. Chasing a woman. Yeah, then she left and I got stuck here with 2 kids. Anyway, cheers to Nick. A man that, unlike us, people actually liked.
Did you see his pupils just
Speaking
dilate?
of which...
And also looking at their beer move in their mug is pretty cool. Oh, she changed her hair. She's moved on.
As time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part, how little you know of the grief and woe in my poor aching heart. 'Tis but I suffer for your sake. Believe me, dear, that's true. I wish that you were staying here.
Whoa. I like the small detail of her guitar strings being a little worn down. Now's my chance. She's vulnerable. Maybe we can get together. Now's my chance. We can get back together.
God, you
Has
know
it really
that...
been 2 years since I saw her? She hasn't changed a bit.
That's like that meme you sent me. Local man who ruined your life wants to be
Oh
friends
yeah,
again.
yeah. Man who brought like immense amounts of pain and suffering to your life wants to be friends again.
It's me. Hey,
Yeah.
girl.
Hey babe, what's up?
I see you're emotionally vulnerable. Want to get
Anna?
back together?
Sam!
Oh yeah, here we go. It worked. Let it happen.
Sorry.
Oh shit, no, I fucked it up.
Old habits.
Oh.
Why'd it take so long for you to darken my doorstep?
I'm here now, maybe?
Well, I'm here now. I'll have to try and come by more often. That's what I'm supposed to say, right? Even if not everyone around here would like it.
People around here have short tempers,
And long memories.
but most of them mean well. Sam, the mine was gonna close anyways. Maybe in a year or 2, 5, if the Lord has a sense of humor. It was gonna run dry or have an even bigger disaster. It wasn't your fault.
I wish everyone else understood that.
People are scared. Mad. You were easy to blame. When my father lost his legs, nobody knew the mine wasn't following regulations. You were the only one who started asking questions. Whenever people talk about you, he always says, you did the right thing.
Yeah, well, your dad's Joe. He's an oak. Unmoving and annoyingly supportive.
It wasn't just him. Nick thought your piece was great. He was actually jealous. He always wanted to write something that shook the pillars of heaven, as he used to put it. You know, Nick and I had moved in together. Started to get serious.
Are
But
you...
I think it's only now I realize how much I cared for him.
Okay. I mean, that's allowed, but...
Yeah, I mean, he literally just disappeared after she turned down his engagement. I think she's,
Yeah, that's allowed, but whoa.
Yeah, well, I think the key for me here is, yes, it's weird, but he also pieced out and literally didn't talk to anybody and ghosted his friend and, like, ex-girlfriend, and
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to do.
It's also a small... Oh, we should also... Like, this is also a small town, so I feel like while this would be very strange...
In Chicago,
like, in a small town where your dating pool is, like, 2 people, it's...
Yeah.
Not as odd.
Yeah. That's, you two... must be so hard.
Are you okay? You knew about us, right? He said he was gonna tell you.
Yeah, I knew, but knowing and, knowing are different.
Dude, this sucks.
Yeah, I guess they are. But this was all nice. The funeral, the wake. Walter did a good job. But it all just makes me feel heavy. It makes my heart hurt. Like Nick's memory has been laid on top of me and I'm still carrying him.
Getting that ghost sex.
Yeah, it sounds like you got ghosted.
Ghost boned. Yeah, so she broke up with him, but I guess I'm saying that,
I know it's not the right thing to do, but we did say we would ask everyone if he was murdered.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Just torch this relationship.
Nick's death. Do you know if he had any enemies? Working on anything dangerous?
She said...
Now, this is a real can of worms.
This is a wake.
I know that.
Do you? This isn't the time to be digging and pushing. You always do this. You always... I get it. I just... You're still you, huh? You'll always still be you, Sam. I hope you never change, but I can't handle this right now. I'm gonna go home. I hate that his stuff is all over my house. Then drink and cry all night. You do what you need to do. See you around.
I promised that little girl I'd find out. I don't know what to tell you.
You know what? We owe her more
Samuel,
than anybody
come,
else.
Have a round with me.
I need a drink or two.
I would
Or
really...
3, and then I'll go.
I would really like to get with her, but also her boyfriend just died, so, like, that's kind of weird.
In my personal opinion, I feel like we owe the goddaughter more because we were supposed to be, like, a guardian figure, and we just pieced out and left her, and she's a kid.
Yeah.
And, like, not that I'm saying that, like, we should just be a dick to anybody else, but, like, everybody else is adults, and to a certain extent, adults can take care of themselves, but she's a kid.
Yeah, I also am just, like... what is her name again?
Bug?
No, not
Anna?
Bug. Anna, our ex-girlfriend.
Yep.
So Anna said that, like, he always wanted to write something that shook the pillars of heaven. Like, he really wanted to write something that shook things up.
Oh, speaking of...
So maybe he was working on something that got him murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Speaking of heaven, I was also going to mention they laid him to rest at Heaven's Gate Cemetery, which, as you remember, is the famous cult.
Oh!
So I don't know if that will have anything... You know, I know that Heaven's Gate is probably a commonly used thing, but I just thought that was kind of an interesting
They do that
little...
kind of stuff on purpose.
Yeah.
Anything Dontnod does, they did it on purpose.
So I don't know, I just thought that they were like a UFO cult, so...
You'd think a kid at a bar would stand out more.
Oh. That's sad. That's a sad thing.
Oh, can I read the little thing about Bug?
Yes.
Okay. Here, I'll just read these two because they're short. Joan Bug Waldron. Joan, 13, is a smart teenager, independent and very mature for her age. She tries to keep her emotions to herself because she can't stand the hypocrisy of the adults around her. She loves graphic novels and cycling, and she would like to study insects because she finds them fascinating. Oh, that's so cute. That's why her name's Bug. She's very angry at Sam, her godfather, for leaving town and not being in touch for years. Rocked by her father's recent death, will she be able to forgive Sam for not being there? And then, Nick Waldron, who's the guy that died, it says, Nick, aged 35 when he died, was Sam's best friend, determined, meticulous... and passionate about his work as a journalist, his recent discoveries had led him to become increasingly distant from girlfriend Anna and his daughter Joan. His tragic death raises many questions.
They really put a lot of environmental detail, because, like, when I go close to the neon sign, it makes the neon sign sound.
Yeah.
I'm just, like, trying to appreciate all this.
Yeah, it's like that place with all the shit on the walls.
Alright, I want to go talk to the weird lady.
So tragic what happened to Nick.
Oh,
The
she'll tell me
details
the
are
truth.
horrible. They think he didn't die on impact. Instead, he roasted to death.
This is the info I want.
Not enough to damage the bones, but, you know, not a pretty sight. Unless you're into that kind of thing, of course. I didn't mean to be rude, Sam.
Do you want to tell her?
No, it's fine. Let her just be
It's all right,
herself.
Tara. I don't like the sight of dead, burned people.
Oh, thank God. I wouldn't want to be rude on a day like this. Poor Sam. Now that Nick is gone, everyone in town hates you. I mean, I don't. Why would I? It's not my job you destroyed. You're not the cause of all my problems.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's what you did for pretty much all of Basswood, but not to me. So, I don't hate you.
Thanks for the confidence booster, Tara. I'll see you around.
I can't tell if she's a bad person or if she's just really unable
Well,
to get it.
I can say unequivocally, she's definitely a busybody gossip. That's for sure.
I can't tell if she, like, has bad intentions with the busybody gossip or if she just, like, is like that. You know?
I can't tell whether it's like, oh, I'm being kind of passive aggressive, or like, oh no, I'm just like clueless about how to interact with people.
Well, she seems very high energy, and, like, it seems to me that, like, from her body movements and her clothes and the way she does things, is that if she's thinking something, she has to say it. Does that make sense? Like, she doesn't know how to hold it in. That doesn't excuse her behavior. That doesn't do anything. I'm just saying that might be a reason why.
Yeah.
I've never known Tara to not take over a conversation.
Yeah. So when he says that, it makes me feel like she's just unable to keep it inside.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Do you want to talk to the cops?
Sure.
Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else.
Should we just run in and scream ACAB and run away?
Good to see you. My condolences for your friend. Coming back in town must not have been easy. Officer Stevenson was telling me about your little welcoming committee.
It's all right. Declan saved the day.
We just don't want any troubles here. Not from you, not from anyone.
Don't worry, I won't stay in town long enough for that.
Oh, everyone thinks that the officer lady is hot. Let's ask about Nick's death. Let's just fucking go for it.
Yeah.
One quick thing. Nick's death. Are you sure it was an accident?
Are we sure? What are you trying to say?
Now, Sam, I know you're a bird dog at heart and a bird dog hunts. But listen, Nick's death was an accident. Don't go riling people up. Don't you think you've done that enough to the nice folks around here?
I guess so. Enjoy your evening.
Alright, she is kind of hot.
You're responding to that authority.
Yeah, well, female authority.
Yeah.
Male authority. Blech. Female authority.
Yeah.
Love it.
Listen, I will only bottom for women who are taller than me. It's a very specific segment of people. That's it.
Basswood Landmark is Changing by Nick Waldron. Longtime bartender Ethan Murrah will be taking over the Coal Miners Haven from current owner Carl Edwards. The Coal Miners Haven has been one of Basswood's only bars since Prohibition, when it started as a speakeasy. Ethan had this to say about the change. Nothing's gonna change much. The place feels like home for a lot of folks here. I don't want to change that. He plans on keeping Edwards' collection of decoration and hopes to add to it as the years go on.
So I feel like that is actually very, like, interesting, like, environmental touch, because what they're basically saying is that nobody around here wants anything to change. They want it to all stay the same. I don't know. I thought that was like a nice little touch, because it's like you don't have to just come out and directly say that, but you can have this article, you know. It is easy to a look at Basswood, the bar you forgot you remember.
It basically says the same thing.
Okay.
It's nothing too exciting. Mind photos. Management month. Warning for drunk customers. Doubt they read it. If you must vomit splats, please find something, blah. It should not be this hard. Oh, find the toilet. Please find the something platter toilet. Splatter toilet. Okay. Can we play darts? Hold on. Let me get it. Okay.
Some people can play this game drunk. Anna was best at 3 beers.
Nick watched about any sport, even soccer.
Whoa. Even soccer?
Whoa.
In the US, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Whoa, they watch soccer? It's a real sports fan.
Alright, so I think we talked to everybody. I wonder what, like, starts more stuff.
Maybe we try to leave? I don't know.
Maybe we talk to her again?
Nick was the good sort. Sometimes the good sort die like the bad sort. It's not fair.
Okay, so she does care. She just can't hold it in.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of relieved that we got that, like, one little line, because it's like, while, like, the whole, like, gossip, like, busybody, like, I'm just gonna spout details, it's like, you can find that annoying, but I feel like, as, like, it would be worse if she had bad or shitty intentions and just wanted to make him feel bad, you know?
I mean, it could totally change, but I think she just can't hold it in. Like, oh, I know that this person was burned alive, and I can't hold that in. I need to share that with somebody.
Oh, you mean like when you and I run over to each other with our phone in our hand and be like, oh my god, did you see this latest absolutely horrible thing? I'm going to tell you all the details about it right now.
Yeah, I need to know. You need to. I can't be the only one who knows. You need to know too.
Yeah. I need someone to share in this misery
I saw
with
it now,
me.
so do you.
Yeah.
People leave you or they die. That's the only way anything ends.
Are able to defend a stranger to the death. I will. I would die for a woman who wears 2 dinosaur pins. Die for her. Alright. I don't know what to do now.
Leave?
I tried.
Oh.
It wouldn't let me. Oh, maybe we gotta talk. Oh, okay. Here's a second little.
Oh.
Oh no, we just
Maybe
There
we
was
go to
no
our
love
mind
lost
palace.
between Kathy and Nick since their divorce. But anyone can see she's taking his death hard.
Okay, so you see how I'm saying, like, she's not high fashion city, but she's high fashion rural. You know what I mean? She has her own style and doesn't really, like, obey anyone else's rules.
I feel like this actually looks pretty standard for small town.
Well, I think she looks...
like fancy lady getting dressed up for small town.
Yeah, but usually it's less colorful. I'm just saying I think she might be a creative person in some way. With the colors and stuff she uses. And the choice of how she wears her cross. Like, in the context of her own world, she's considered, like...
The chat says the center split skirt is a choice.
Exactly. I respect her choice. It's kind of an odd choice.
I mean, in my opinion, this outfit looks exactly like what you would buy at TJ Maxx, like where I grew up.
Oh.
This looks like exactly like, and this is like how I feel like
I think it looks, you know, unique.
High fashion.
Anna used to play it almost every night. She stopped after her father's accident.
She looks like the owner of a boutique in a small town. Oh, journal updated. Okay. Okay. How do I move on to the next section?
Maybe we have to read the journal. I like how chat says we stand a Maxinista.
Attend the wake. Drown your sorrows with Walter.
He did say earlier, "I want to get drunk." So we didn't pick up on that. That he actually is like, no.
Why does the child have a beer?
Maybe it's a root beer.
That better be apple cider. Oh, here's a beer. Oh, okay. Here we go.
So, Nick wasn't drunk, and me? I was drunk as a skunk.
Ah, Samuel, join us. We were just sharing stories about dear Nicholas. And let me get your next round. Maybe Ethan has a suggestion for a worthy spirit?
Oh, spirits? Oh, no. Friends drink beer.
Yes, I suppose that's fitting. To dear Nicholas.
Yeah, he'd been coming in a lot lately. Sat right there, with a bad dad joke or two.
With friends, I guess? Maybe Anna.
Oh, by himself with his laptop as his date.
He never drank alone.
You two were close, though, right? Tell me about the man outside the bar.
He had a terrible memory. Couldn't remember names, dates, passwords. Kept his notes squirreled around him like a hoard.
You can just drink. I think we should say something, but I'm just laughing that that's like...
Nope, just keep drinking. He was a good dad, mostly ... Can I just say he was a good dad without being a dick?
Yeah, you could just say, like, we hadn't talked in 2 years. I feel like that's pretty... Because that's not offering any judgments or whatnot.
Or maybe he had things I didn't.
Maybe.
He got married young and had a kid. Then broke up and dated my
Okay,
ex.
that's not what I meant, dude.
And they were happy.
Come on.
In love. Anna clearly cared about him a lot.
Oh, my boy. You can't compare lives, just like you can't compare pain. They just simply are. The friend of man, the friend of truth. The friend of age and guide of youth. Few hearts like his with virtue warmed, few hearts with knowledge so informed. If there's another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of this.
Burns. That from your eulogy?
You know Robert Burns? And no, just something I keep on hand for toasts.
Well, it's a good choice. And sorry about that, Sam. I wasn't trying to bring you down.
Drink. People sure liked him. Like, let's not make this conversation about ourselves.
Yeah.
Everyone liked him. I think even Dennis liked him somewhat.
He always had a lot of friends. A few who couldn't make it sent flowers.
How's the family taking it?
Joan and Kathy seem shaken. Kathy has a lot to deal with, now more than ever. And who can prepare for losing a parent? Not a soul. Not a single soul.
It always seemed so easy for him. Every day he'd show up, smile, no matter what.
Of the qualities in a good man, that one deserves to be at the top.
Not a quality I possess.
This isn't a place for self-pity. This is a place for dour reflection.
Yes, and drinking.
Everyone's telling him to shut the fuck up.
Well, yeah, so let's toast.
To Nick. He was my friend. He will be missed, but not forgotten.
Hear, hear.
I wonder if you drink your way through the conversation if you get wasted. And then you're like, blah.
Put that down. Kathy, what's your underage child doing drinking?
See, I told
You have no
you.
control over her? Anything can lose his
I wasn't
license.
doing anything. Don't touch me.
The cup is
Joan.
full.
Leave me alone.
She's allowed to have a sip of beer.
You guys are all so stupid.
You do not talk to people that way.
I support her 1000%.
I'm sorry, everyone. She's just so...
That was quite heavy-handed. I hope the little one doesn't take it to heart.
I think Declan was harsh. Or we could shoot Joan a text.
I'll send her a text. Make sure she's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just had to leave. Thanks for checking. Alright, she feels supported.
I like this choice.
I'm here for you.
Yeah.
She might get mad if we say that.
No, I said... I'm here if you want to talk.
Whoa. Whoa!
This is how we know we're sad.
Just a ba da ba ba ba. That Twilight song where Bella's really sad. Twilight, the worst, best movie series of all time. It's terrible. Oh my god, this is a lot. Doesn't he have to pee?
We're sad. We don't have time to pee. We're sad.
Do we just piss our pants?
Yes.
What do we do?
What a night. I'd say that went well. Ish. You got to chat with everyone you've been avoiding. Even if Joan got inside your head with her whole dad mystery death thing.
This guy's
Just
evil.
Shut up. Coming back to Basswood was your idea. You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Deep down, you've been looking for a reason to come back. It's gonna be one of those long nights inside your head, huh?
See, this is what makes me think that guy's not so great. I think he's just the negative voice in his head.
Well, he is cuter. So
He is, see, exactly.
I'm just putting it out there.
Stacey was attracted to him.
I may be getting some impressions.
He's possessed by a demon, and the demon has tricked him by saying, "Oh, I'm like the best version of you." No, because every time that guy, like, we have a choice between that guy's choice and our choice, it's always like the worst choice. Stop pushing me, or I didn't ask you to be here.
I didn't ask you to be here.
Hey, I didn't ask for you to be here.
Yeah, he's
Come
evil.
back. I couldn't let you miss this. You just showed up. You can't see it now, but the guilt would have eaten you alive. You're back out in the world, feeling emotions, fitting in. That's progress. Fuck the world. Pointless talking and more talking, and no one says what they mean. Go away. Let me enjoy being miserable. Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid. No promises.